Hello everyone, I am Jeremy Albinel, student in Language Modern Mention Tourism at Open Adult University. It's a pleasure for me to talk about my final production on the Anglophone culture. The title of the topic I was choosing is the importance of knowing about my own culture. Introduction. We are going to learn how it's important to knowing my own culture, what Asian carnival, Asian food, Asian etiquette, and Asian education are and how they are important parts of Asian culture. The carnival, Asian called Mardi Gras or Carnival or Carnaval in Creole. It is the most anticipated event in the country. This cultural event is generally held during the month of February, the day before Ash Wednesday. Food also an importance and religious and status symbols tapes from foods that are considered delicacies and Haiti include French inspired cheeses and meats and are only served in the richest parts of Haiti. We are going to know the traditional provincial foods and so on. About etiquette, well, go know how greeting and treat a visitor who come to visit you in your home. Then children's education Asian mostly in provincial. It's very important to know the responsibility of the children household, how they are respectful for their families and about the mod education school. I wish you like a student in tourism or a licensor in tourism to read carefully the development for you know more things about the Asian culture. Body. Asians festival. Asian culture is celebrated for its serious festivities. Haiti has a serious festival indicated as Carnaval Creole that is celebrating on February. All along this festival, Asian lives their work-a-day activities and goes to the street singing and dancing Asian belief music. The festival composes of continuous spectacle floats as well as music and dances in the total festival season. The festival streaks to begin of the purest moment of the year. Its guidance to the time of regret as well as temperance all along the season makes Asian praise, softness as well as resurgence. The festival ends all along the day of Mardi Gras, which is also seen as Fat Thursday. This day was called after the measure that is characterized by utilization of all kinds of fats in Haitian residents' capital to Easter season. Another uniform festival that is usual in Haiti is the Mardi Gras or Hash Wednesday festival. The festival is claimed by its crazy parades that subsist of pageants, masked bulls, float as well as costumes and seductive music. Drapeau art is another honored festival in Haiti that is celebrated in Haiti, but the finite capacity the festival is common chiefly to the believers of the Vodou religion. All the time this festival Haitian use opportunity has a charitable moment to help the less advantaged people. Haitian food. Haiti cooking is generally a combination of African, French as well as Spanish, and Haiti native cooking methods. Dishes has sand, has ingredients, rice has strong, has beans from Asian essential food. Asians are also affectionate of meat and vegetables, which makes them frequent in Asian menu. Goat, chicken, beef, and fish are the main sources of meat in Haiti, while carrots, cabbage, peppers, has tomatoes are the chief vegetables in Asian foods. Griot is the central dish in Haiti. The dish is commonly offered during family commemoration as seen as during parties. Traditional provincial fundamental are sweet potatoes, manioc, yams, corn, rice, virgin, peas, peas, bread, and coffee. More recently, a wheat soy combination from the United States has been fused into the region. Important delicacy includes sugar cane, mangoes, sweet bread, peanuts, and sesame seed clothes made from melt brown sugar, and candies made from buttermilk flour. People prepare raw but extraordinarily nutritious sugars fasting called rapadou. Asians common eat 2 meals a day. A small breakfast of coffee and dried juice or an egg, and a late afternoon meals dominated by carbohydrates sources such as manioc, sweet potatoes, or rice. The afternoon meals always include beans or a bean sauce, and there is regularly a small extent of poultry, fish, goat, beef, or mutton. Typical prepared has a sauce with a tomato fasting base. Fruits are appreciated as between meal lunch. Asians etiquette just as soon as entering a yard, Asians clamor out honor, and us it's normal to reply respect in English. Guests to a domiciliary never leave empty-handed or left out drinking coffee, or at least not without an apology. Defeat to announce or separation is considered abusive. Persons feel very strongly about greetings whose disability is exceptionally strong and rural space where persons who meet alone or path or in village usually say hello several times before opening more conversation or advancing on their actions. Children's education Asians. Perfect young children are yelled, but by the age of 7 or 8, most provincial children employed in serious work. Children are important in recover homely water and firewood and assisting to cook and clean around the apartment. The children look after livestock, help their parents in the garden, and run errands. Parents and attendants are often cracked disciplinarians. In working age, children may be robbed seriously. Children are habitual to be respectful to adults and deferential to family members, or like to siblings only few years older than themselves. They are not confessing to talk back at adults when being admonished. They are conventional to say thank you and please. If a child is accustomed a piece of fruit or bread, he must immediately begin tearing the food and distributing it to other children. The kids of elite families are disreputable, spoiled, and are branched off from an early age to lord it over their less fortunate fellow citizens. Or some important and reputation are attached to education. Most provincial Parents try to send their children at least to primary school, and a child who excels and whose parents can afford the cost is quickly exempt from the work demands levied on other children. Conclusion. At conclusion, the Asian culture has a super importance for the population. Why not the whole world? We learned many things about Carnival Asian. All of Haiti comes or live how the cities are filled with colorful parades and pageants, dancing and singing. The moment of Carnival has a big opportunity economic in Haiti because these festivities turn into night long parties where the local come together in celebration. Haiti, the people of Haiti take satisfaction in how food is prepared and provided no matter the economic class. Food is always provided with such grace and gratitude. Unfortunately, Asian foods, Asian food doesn't get much assimilation. Our food is very delicious and is complete with lots of love. Asian use good behavior sensorily, and this includes good manners, a clean actualization at all times, a temperate tone and speech, and oversight of any profanity or public shows, as these are all important symbols of one social class. Introducing a household and not greeting the elders of the household is respected as highly offensive. Say bonjour, good morning in English, or bonsoir, good afternoon in English. When introducing a woman or passing by someone on the street, then child education in Haiti is very important to uplift in the whole world because the children Haitian receive a good education and employment household to have respectful for all people and so on. The urban primary school were into school were into section elementary education lasting 6 years and higher primary education lasting an additional 2 years. This is all I have to talk about the Asian culture. It's very important, guys, to know the importance to knowing Asian culture today. Nice to meet you guys. See you next.